I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I still really can't get people to watch. I can't. It's hard. Every time I turn on Suikoden, half the audience leaves. They'll be here for the podcast, and then we'll get half attendance when I actually start playing the game, which is kind of sad. However, I will say this. There is a crowd who do come by, who enjoy the style of game, who like the relaxing nature, because the music is great. The visuals are very old school throwback style, but it just has a certain vibe to it that I love, and there is an audience for it, okay? So, is Suikoden 2 HD doing the best? No. We've had several streams where we're not hitting goals, but there's still people showing up, engaging and supporting with the game. It's just not to the capacity of the other games that I'm playing. That's why I'm happy that I'm a variety streamer, because can you imagine if I was someone who only focused on one game? If that were the case, I would never be able to play a game like Suikoden 2. I wouldn't. Because I'd be playing it for like 2 weeks to beat it, and I would be making no money. And it's like, well, I can't do that. It's a business. This is my livelihood. This is how I make a living and, support my family. I can't be playing a game that no one cares about for 2 weeks, right? But because I'm a variety streamer, I get to balance that with all the other things that you guys do want, and it allows me to juggle so much that we can then be successful overall, okay? So thank you to those who are still coming by and hanging out with Suikoden 2. It will continue as a playthrough for the foreseeable future, okay? Cool. Now, the only other thing that's in the mix that we haven't addressed yet, Capcom versus SNK 2. And as I stated just a few minutes ago, or at this point probably 10 minutes ago, sadly, CVS 2, as fun of a ride as it's been and as much gameplay hours as I put in, if you're not aware, I've played almost 50 hours of this game since it came out 3 months ago. And I've gotten significantly better at it. I would argue I'm better now at CVS 2 than I ever was back in the day. Because when it was a prominent tournament game, back when it was one of the big 4 games in the fighting game community, I didn't really play it that much. I was always into Marvel versus Capcom 2. Sometimes I would play Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Sometimes I would play Super Turbo. And CVS 2 was like the one I played the absolute least of, okay? Hold on, I just caught that I didn't update the schedule, so let me do that right now. Someone typed the schedule command and it was completely off. Let me update that now. I paused the podcast so I can do that quick. So Friday, December 12th, Silk Song at okay, here we go. So I'm updating the schedule. That should update within just a minute. If you use the command again, if you use it immediately, it's not going to update yet, but it should take about a minute and then it'll solidify there for you. Okay. Okay. All right, let's continue here. So what's going on with CVS 2 is that we've been playing it probably about once a week, right? Usually I want to play it on a Friday night, but the problem is I haven't been able to always play it on a Friday night. So because of that, it's skittering around. Sometimes it's a Wednesday night. Sometimes it's a Thursday night. Sometimes it's a Saturday night. And when I do that, the same crowd can't really show up every time that we play it. Typically, if I play it on a Friday night, we will get that crowd. That's a bigger crowd that will support it. But if I start playing it, say, on a random Wednesday, then half the time we don't even get half the audience. And that's disappointing. I want that fighting game audience to be able to come by and enjoy, obviously, when I'm playing fighting games, and they can't always be here if the date is moving around that I'm playing it, right? So, what's happened in the last month is, sadly, I had to stop playing the game entirely on PC. And the reason being, I literally could not find anyone on PC anymore. Every time I played in search, it was searching endlessly and we couldn't find anyone. Then we find one person and their connection would be awful and they'd be a lag-abusing scrub. I'd be like, well, there's no point to playing on here, right? So for the last month, we've been playing exclusively just on PS5. And at first it was working, but now, even now, it's so hard to find players, and when I find them, they usually suck. You know, I want to play good matches. I'm trying to rank my account up to Master and Grand Master. Currently, I'm at Ultra Diamond, so I'm one ranking before Master. But when I play, I'm playing Master, Grandmaster rankers, okay? And these players are terrible. They don't even understand the basics of fighting games. They literally have horrible internet connections on purpose. Allow me to emphasize here. These people do it on purpose. It's not like everyone's internet is still ass in 2025. That's not the case. These people purposefully make their fucking connections lag so that they can get away with things in the game that you shouldn't be able to do. In the game of CVS2, there's a move called a roll. Now, only certain grooves can use it, but it's incredibly abusable online. When you do a roll in the real game, you become invincible for a very small period of time, but then there's a recovery. Like you roll and you stop, and as you're stopping, you're now wide open, and anyone can hit you with a move or a special move or a super or whatever. Then as you come out of that roll, you can do a move, okay? So what's happening is people are abusing this roll, and they're just using it and then immediately trying to do a move that has like invincibility or a high priority move like mashing a light punch. And you should be able to interrupt it, but because you're playing online, rollback netcode is garbage. I'm sorry, it is and always has been. And it allows people who are spamming to basically get priority over someone who's doing something that's timed well. So you basically get people who are rolling and mash throw, roll jab, roll uppercut. It's cheating. It's blatant cheating. That's not how you play the game. It doesn't work offline. It literally will only work in an online environment. Okay? So it's annoying because I'm trying to play the game at a good level, and I can't when they're cheating. So I've done my best to try to overcome this, and I still have kept raising in the ranks, and I'm almost master level. But now it's gotten to the point where the only players I even find are either these roll-abusing, lag-abusing scrubs, or King Crimson, my viewer, who is here every Friday Night Fights, and who plays me, and we have great sets, but it's like, how many times do you want to see me play the same person, right? So, tonight we're going to give it another go, and we're going to see how it works. Hopefully tonight, I can get competition, and we can find players, and we can have a good time. If not, quite honestly, this is probably going to be the last hurrah for CVS2. I want to keep playing CVS2. I like it. I want a fighting game in the rotation. But man, it's rough to keep playing this game every week in, week out, and to have this lag-abusing idiots who just don't know how to play the game. And, you know, there's just no point. I'm not learning or anything. I'm just basically, I'm getting points for beating idiots. It's like, there's no satisfaction there. You know what I mean? It's the equivalent of going to the arcade back in the day, and it's just a bunch of scrubs on the cabinet. Well, I don't want to play them. They suck. What do I want to waste my time for? So we'll see how it goes tonight. And that'll be our determining factor if we keep playing it or not. If not, the good news is this morning it was officially announced the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection will be releasing October 30th. So I will be playing that, and I will be trying various different games in it, including Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate 3, and probably Trilogy. I doubt I'll play 4 because 4 is an awful game, but I'll probably mess around with the original Trilogy classics, okay? So that's coming out end of October. That definitely will give us some fighting game stuff to do for a bit. So I'm excited for that. But maybe we have been playing fighting games consistently for a while. Maybe it's time to give them a rest, right? And then come back to them, later on in the year. So there you go. So that's what's going on with our current playthroughs. Next week, it's a 4-day streaming week, okay? And so what we're going to do